Hello, and welcome to an episode of TheDoorTalks. Star Wars. A New Hope. We finally got to the originals.
Solo. Episode 1, 2, 3. Rogue One.
And now we're here. It's
Number
right
6.
where it began.
Yes.
So let's discuss those little subtle changes throughout the whole franchise.
There's a million different versions, the special editions, the DVD changes, all the kind of random crap. I think you've watched the DVD one, I've watched the Blu-ray one.
Yeah.
All three of these movies have various changes, which anything major we'll talk about, but obviously you can just nitpick them to death.
Yeah. One of my biggest things is just how much of the world has been created from fucking Obi-Wan and Luke's conversation at the start. That 5-minute conversation in his little hut. And I was watching it and I was like, shit, so much stuff is being said. And I was like, going back and just going, oh, that sort of works out. A lot of it's lying and a lot of it is changed. But a lot of it is just like, shit, that's literally just the prequels there. And that's
just
the only
cool
mention of it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, the Clone Wars. It's like, oh shit, what's Clone Wars? We're not going to tell you anything more about these. Like,
yeah, and there's so many things like that and that really drag you in. And I don't think like people who've not watched Star Wars before, literally just watch this, would get. So it definitely does require like a third or fourth viewing to just get like Beggar's Canyon and to watch all the rest of the things to sort of go, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is now.
But what's great is you don't need to know. No, because it's weird. At the start of the movie, there's so much happens. There's so much lore and world building, but so little is actually really said.
That's what I mean.
Stuff's just happening. It's like, well, who are these Jawa guys? Well, you just obviously clearly like drunkers who are collecting people, but it's not like here's this, here's that. You need to know this. It's just it visually tells you everything.
Oh no, watch out! There's some people.
Yeah.
Next minute they're right in front of the fucking camera.
Visually tells you so much without loads of exposition of this needs to happen.
No, you're right.
Apart from that little, I suppose that's a bit of exposition with.
But that's just more like backstory as to who Luke's dad is.
Yeah. It's very minimal for such a fucking epic story. It just lets it get on with it without
doesn't
throwing
really
stuff in your
necessarily
face.
need to be said.
So we're not really going to go
spoilers.
Spoilers. We're not going to go through the whole plot.
Yeah,
we'll just pick out cool things we like and we didn't like and whatever. It's kind of got two ways of looking at it because it's obviously a fantastic film in its own right, but then it's this kind of cultural.
Yeah,
we're not going to talk ratings now, but if you're going to talk in terms of like cultural relevance and what it's done for the film industry, it's a 10.
Yes,
like, it's undeniable.
It's massive.
Insane.
It's you're completely
so it's one of those things when you watch it, going, how much of this is just
actually how much of this am I enjoying because of the film, or how much of it am I enjoying because I'm like, oh, Vegas Guardian,
and it's just drilled into your brain so much. And even if you've never seen Star Wars, obviously haven't seen Star Wars, but even if you haven't, there's little bits you'll pick up and go, well, I know this.
My girlfriend saw all the pop culture references in and around everything before she even watched Star Wars, and she was like, oh, I know exactly what happens, I know exactly how it
goes. Because it's parodied in a million things.
Yeah.
You look at Family Guy's got three whole things just about it, just doing beat for beat of the film. The thing walking away from it this time, I said, watched it last week, was just how well it puts across the characters, Leia, Han, Luke, and Obi-Wan, just how it builds them as a group. Really instantly works. You get who everyone is, what they're trying to do, and Obi-Wan is a complete fucking badass. And you believe this random old dude who lives in the desert straight away is a badass just from that bar scene
and the conversation that he's had with Thingy. And he is.
It's just everyone's put across so well.
I thought Han Solo was put across really well. Leia sort of was a bit lost at the start, but then as soon as she got put into that group, you sort of found her, if you know what I mean.
And she takes charge. She's like, we're fucking getting out of here. We're not dicking about.
As soon as she starts taking charge, that's when you're like, oh shit, that Leia, that's the way she is. But before then, you sort of were just like, oh, what kind
She's just sort of a thing moved around just to push things forward.
Just quickly, on this moving things around, how funny was that droid that had that little like needle attached to it?
The thingy droid.
When it comes down the stairs.
Just have on wheels. Why is it floating around like?
When it came, because the thing is, surely that's not stable. But when it came down, it was like, oh, and it came around the corner, it was like that, and then it steadied out.
Like a fishing rod, like with the thing.
It steadied out, and it was still just like fucking shaking. I was like, I wouldn't want that needle going in. I'd be like, okay, can I just take that needle?
Yeah. Can someone just bring in the needle like separately? Why does it have to be attached to this massive contraption?
But it was like when it came in, they were like, oh, it's a droid. What's this? And it's like, oh, it's got a needle.
I know we said we wouldn't talk about all the changes, but I just realised quite a major one in this film. Just the Jabba scene. Which, that's the thing in this film, if I'm going to pick one thing, I'd remove, because he has a conversation with Greedo, and he has the exact conversation with Jabba, with the various, there's two different CGI versions of Jabba, and they're both awkward as fuck.
Yeah. But because you don't really need that scene. You don't really need that scene. That's obviously why it was cut out.
Yeah.
But you also don't need it because essentially Han doesn't really have any reason to. I don't know. He's not really on the run as much. if you have that scene. You know what I mean? Like, because obviously he's explained to Greedo and he's shot
And then it's
Greedo.
fine, and then it's like,
But then Jabba comes after him and he's like, you need to do that. And obviously, as we said, he has the exact same conversation. But then he sort of like squares it. And it's all a bit sort of fine. And it's like, oh, right.
You just killed my friend, but I guess
you just killed my friend. All these other Rhodians or whatever are all standing around with the high heels on.
Yeah,
sort
in
of
the
like
high heels,
pointing the gun at you. But it just felt like, I completely agree.
And it kind of ruins the whole thing, because obviously when we were little, it didn't have that scene.
No, it did have that scene for me.
Oh, for you?
For me.
But I remember watching before that was in it, and it was like, what's Jabba? Like, you hear Jabba, I'm on the run from Jabba the Hutt, and like, what the fuck's... And then you see Return of the Jedi, obviously, it's this massive reveal, and it's like, fucking hell, Jabba's crazy. And it kind of ruins it. I say, that's just that funny little scene where you're just like, that...
Yeah,
it didn't add
actually, that
anything
reveal would have been much better in
to
Return of
it.
the Jedi.
Yeah. And also Boba Fett's just there, and it's like, come on, why are you there, Boba Fett? You shouldn't be there.
Yeah. It shouldn't be there, but I always thought that... Well, Boba Fett was put in after the 2009... After 1997.
Is it not in your one?
Not in the 1997, I don't think. I think it was put in after that.
Anyway, we're not going to talk about any more differences.
Yeah, no more differences.
That's just one that irked me, just because it's more the dialogue was so similar. It's like we're just repeating ourselves.
No, it was. That was a bit silly. Just quickly on that, handshot first, and also, why would anyone get angry about it? Because Greedo literally says, I've been waiting to do this for a long time.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot you in the face. Why would anyone be angry about this? Get a grip.
And I kind of think that Disney will change that.
No, I don't think they will.
No, they will.
Because they've already set it up in Solo. In Solo, right at the end, when
Han shoots first.
The most important.
Yeah, that's what it means. Oh, so you're thinking...
Yeah. That's who Han is.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So I've just watched Han shooting first, so I'm thinking that's the same.
Yeah. So in the version I've watched, it's almost...
It's identical, yeah.
But there was one where it was clearly like... And I think there's one where like they move Harrison Ford's head like a second, so it like shoots... Anyway, let's not talk about it's so hard not to.
The Jawa scene, that creepy droid that's got like a skull face that I think was originally meant to be C-3PO, terrifies the fuck out of me. It looks so plastic and it looks so weird, like it's going to break and just fall on you in the night. And it terrified me then. It terrified me in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi.
It's in bits, like
it's in bits, and it will always terrify me.
I like it when R2-D2 has weird, crazy hair.
What, when he gets
when he has
shot?
all that? No, he has like that curly. When he wakes up in the dream, he's got like this funny curly hair. He's just
I thought that was really weird.
But that doesn't change the narrative. But it always makes me laugh.
There's a bit when R2 gets. Do you know when he gets exploded and he gets shot?
He's on the X-wing?
Yeah.
His head explodes.
He gets shot. His head literally fucking massively explodes. Like, everything's flying off. And they just went... And I bet they just went, fuck, you went a bit over the top with that fucking
We've only got one toy. We can't do it again.
And then they just showed it afterwards. In the next scene, it was just like, oh, it's got a couple of scratches on it.
Yeah.
It was like the next frame. The thing for me that I really, really took a lot more away from than I had in the past was the trench scene and just the conversation when it was flicking back from Luke to Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And really, it's fucking huge. I don't know when he's just like, the Force is strong with this one. And it's just like, and there's loads of things going on. And each Obi-Wan, Luke, Darth Vader, and each thing that's said is just so good. It's just like every single word is just like, makes sense and makes it just perfect. There's nothing that I take away from the things when he's just like, strong on this one. It's like, the Force is strong with this one. And it's like, you take off your... I don't know.
Yeah.
The whole thing was just perfect. And I don't think I ever appreciated that. But now I've seen all the new stuff and the stuff that brought back again, I'm still just like, fuck that scene. Everything's built from that one scene.
What's really mad is on the whole trench thing is, especially when you watch all the other movies, is how minimalistic it is because there's no Star Destroyers. There's virtually no TIE fighters.
No, I know.
It's very simple. It's mostly just the top of the Death Star and then the back of space.
Yeah.
And it's so simple. And there's loads of stupid things where you're like, well, just have rear gunners. Where they're just, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go forward, let people come behind us and just shoot us with virtually no defense. Obviously, they've got shields and that.
I don't know why they didn't have
but it's so minimal, but it works so well. And I know I'm going to talk about Rogue One, but I have to bring it up. Out of all the Star Wars movies, and obviously I'm going to rewatch some of the other ones, the trench run and the end of Rogue One, where the countdown, they're the only two bits really where it tenses me up. Even watching, I know they're going to blow up the Death Star. There's tension. Whereas blowing up Starkiller Base, all that kind of stuff. Oh shit, we have to fly down this other track. It never puts me on edge.
Yeah, and when they blew up, no, I think you're right there. But when they blew up the second Death Star as well,
it was easy.
Really,
float straight in the middle, fly around.
It was easy, but also you knew Luke was there, so you knew that it was going to be okay until Luke got out.
And it's silly because we'll obviously talk about it in the other review. But when it's just one of them, I think the Millennium Falcon shoots down the the shield thing. Yeah. Or Wedge does. And then they're like, oh, I just shot the thing, I'll see you on the way out. And it's like just so casual, just like da-da-da-da-da.
Let's go. We've done this before.
This scene and the countdown in Rogue One, they always get me. I'm just like, shit, is it going to work? Obviously it is going to work, but it's all put together, the music, everything fits really well.
Yeah. No, I think like that. The trash compactor.
Yep.
How is an animal?
Yeah, where does it go?
Into that. and evolved and basically just gone, I'll just stay here and eat the odd person that falls down the crash pad. I can't imagine that happens a lot. And I can't imagine it eats a load of metal. So why has it evolved and just been made to do and come and just pop up and do this?
Where does it go?
Yeah, well, I can understand it.
Maybe it's drainage.
Drainage, that's
let
it.
The water through,
drainage to let all the water out when the things close in. But, like, because obviously it hears the click and then it goes,
food
fucking
time,
let it
go.
Not food time. It was more like, oh shit, I better get out of here.
Oh, sorry,
sorry, because it hears the weird little, and then it's like, oh fuck, what should we do? But I just was like, how's it evolved in there? Like, it must have, maybe was it like a little bit that they just brought on there? But surely they'd have to like make sure that everything is so like sanitary. You know, I can't imagine them like going out from being a stormtrooper, just going out and just having some muddy boots. Maybe that was it. Like,
it was just like an egg.
That's
like
it. Like an egg that like fell on a stormtrooper and then fell down there and they just chucked it in the garbage compactor.
Yeah.
And it just went down there and then it.
I imagine all like shit and stuff goes down there as well.
Yeah.
But it's just like a big.
But where does it go then? And also, why is
gets
that
crushed and then
why is that
blown
thing
out
not
into
being
space?
spent
I
out
guess.
into space? Oh yeah. So maybe
that's what they do on.
Maybe it goes and hunts in there, and then it goes back into the vent. Very strange.
Also, just Luke falling when he's like getting dragged underwater. He's like, "Where's he going?" It looks like knee-high water.
I know, yeah,
I
thought that.
Like,
I think maybe hold him down. It holds him down so they can stroke it, so they can strangle it.
Right at the start, obviously Vader, if you follow Rogue One and all that, is just he's nearly got the Death Star plans now. He's finally caught up with the ship, and he's like, "Where are the Death Star plans?" And it's like, we're going to get them.
There'll be no one to stop us this time.
Yeah.
And it's a really weird, to me, it sounds completely out of character. He's saying it to some random general. He's like, no one's going to stop us this time. It's like, Darth Vader's well too cool to be like emoting that much. Darth Vader's just thinking in his head, it's like, I'm going to fucking kill all these rebels.
But you can imagine him, like, it sort of adds a bit more to Rogue One when he doesn't fuck up, but when
he does pretty well.
Go,
yeah,
but when the Death Star plans sort of like go and you see them leave, and then also there's an admiral in there that sort of says to him,
Joe and Mark misquote Star Wars. I also said like C-P-3O or something at one point. I don't know, I've edited all that anyway. So sorry, we say everything wrong. We misquote every fucking line in the film.
Your puny attempts have suffered so far to bring us the Death Star plans.
Oh, yeah,
so obviously he's under fucking pressure from the thingy. So he's like, no one will fucking stop us now. So the Empire must have been like, get them. Get them, and he's like, "Fucking hell, I'll try."
I just think as a robot man, I think he'd only really shows his emotions to the Emperor or Luke.
Yeah,
but I just can't imagine him. Obviously, it's his first time in Vader, but it really sounded really bizarre.
But he does seem to show his emotions. He shows his emotions to some random dude, and he's just there like, "I feel a presence that I've not felt."
Yeah, but I just feel like you wouldn't. If I was making Star Wars, that would be in his head.
Yeah,
that'd be like an inner monologue thing.
Yes.
Like, I just can't imagine going, "Oh, I better mention this." They have to,
they have to say it.
But what you were saying about what Obi-Wan calls him.
Yeah, Darth. It's just weird. He's like, "Come on, Darth." It's like, "Come on, Mister."
Yeah,
it is really weird.
It's his title.
Yeah, it's like what do you call all of them Darth? Like, did you call Darth Tyrannus Darth? No.
Yeah,
Darth.
It is
you
weird.
know him. Call him Anakin. No, obviously at that point you couldn't really do it. But just Vader. What's wrong with Vader?
Well, that's his name.
Yeah,
it's like
Vader.
Sir Vader. Essentially, that's Darth's like united pretty much, aren't you?
That's essentially Sith Knight,
Sith Lord or whatever.
But it's just Darth. It's just weird. It's like, come on, Darth, and it's like I bet nowadays they're just like George Lucas is like, I wish we hadn't fucking done that.
I can't see.
We can't change that. Yeah. You can't. You probably could actually.
Yeah, but let's not give him ideas.
I thought the conversations and the dialogue and basically just the banter between Grand Moff Tarkin and Vader was really good, and I never really appreciated that at the start when I first watched it, because I always thought, oh, Grand Moff Tarkin, whatever, he's just an Imperial guy. And then obviously watching Rogue One, they obviously brought him back. But with that, I was just like, there's so many really good lines, and each person has their sort of bit. It's weird.
They seem like equals to me, like friends.
They really are.
Seem like
they're like,
sort of
walking around together, like, oh, this Millennium Falcon's arrived. And it's sort of like, they're like detectives in a weird way, like good cop, bad cop sort of thing. Like,
Darth and Moff.
But they both sort of do it quite well. Like, Darth's obviously the muscle, but you wouldn't ever think about that with Darth after that film, because there's not really an equal to
he never
Darth
seems like
Vader
he has
after that.
He never seems like he has a friend.
Yeah,
because even the Emperor's not really his friend.
No.
He's just he's his master. It's a different kind of thing. But that's he's the only one who seems like
but they both sort of like respect each other. You can tell they're both sort of like working together on it. But I don't know. It's weird. You don't see that with any of the other commanders. Or like Imperial.
Well, like I said, with Vader, it never seems like there's very few people who'd actually really show his emotions in any sort of way. And Tarkin, you can believe.
I don't think he would show too much to Tarkin, but I get what you mean. Like, it's sort of, I don't know,
There's a mutual respect, whereas most of his commanders are just like drones, like, do this thing for me, do this thing for me, get in this thing, turn left, crash the thing. And also, just the Tarkin thing, he's such a huge deal in this, and you kind of think, obviously, Rogue One, where you think, why was he in it as CGI? But you couldn't have done it.
No,
it just wouldn't have worked. Yeah. He's clearly involved with the Death Star from start to finish.
He's such a good bad guy as well. Like, he was so evil. When he said that thing about, like, to Leia about, he's like, oh,
Dantooine, not Dantooine. Is it Dantooine?
Yeah, Dantooine's a far too remote thingy. Our experiment will have to be much more visible or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, it's just he says it so well, and he just delivers the lines perfectly. And I think Peter Cushing, he's so good at it. Yeah. And to be honest, as well, just going back to the start, like Alec Guinness when he's having that conversation with Luke. That was really fucking Christ. Was really good as well. Like, I don't know, I sort of got why those two were so brought into it, because all the rest of the acting,
got gravitas, like massive gravitas, both of them. Like.
But they brought in that was like the fucking, they were the big names on the marquee. But they actually really did the jobs absolutely fantastically. They were both huge parts of it.
Do you not always think of Grand Moff Tarkin? Because I was thinking doing this. When the thing explodes,
yes,
it goes to the
it's so good, isn't it? He's just there like that. He's like, right, here we go.
We're not having tea tonight.
Yeah,
it's like instantly.
That's the last shot you see.
Yeah. He's just like,
That's a good one. Yeah,
it's the first movie, and it's like loads of stuff where it wasn't really meant to be loads more. It was just a one-off film.
Yeah.
And it worked, and also it works fantastically well. Just as that, apart from Vader shooting off into space, you don't really.
I always thought that was a bit odd, but also it felt like. Sorry,
but I'm saying it just works. He shoots off to space, you go, well, they've won, and you don't really have to know anything else. The story works.
Yeah, no, it does. It had to have a sequel.
Obviously. Yeah, but it wasn't written where it's like, here's Godzilla's egg under the thing going, oh my god, here's that fucking egg.
No, you're right there. When Darth Vader goes off into space, I always remember him spinning a lot more than he did. He spins, yeah.
And then he kind of,
but then I always think,
corrects it, doesn't he?
That's the thing, he corrects it and then flies. And you see him fly away, and I always thought you just saw him spin away. I never actually thought you saw him fly. But like, I mean, I just watched it and I was like, oh shit, he's actually flying away there. I always just remember him spinning off, and then I just thought, he's off, like Team Rocket, just like flying off.
But again, it's weird how there are no Star Destroyers. Like,
But there aren't any Star Destroyers. But you can imagine why there's no Star Destroyers there, because it was sort of... No, you can't really.
Because there's loads in Rogue One. They follow it around.
If it took them that long, right, they blasted into hyperspace, right, and they were like, oh, there's a planet in the way. Okay, there's a planet. Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll just move around the planet quickly and then just assess. So surely all the people who were on Yavin could have literally just taken those rebel blockades and gone. Why were the whole thing was like they were just sat there around?
Oh yeah, why do we have to wait here? We're waiting for our death. They knew it was there, so like surely that's why Star Destroyer should have been there, just to sort of pick off the other ones. Yeah, in my opinion. But again, maybe it sort of overcomplicates things. It's really nice just having
that Death Star was only about that big. Whereas if you put it next to a Star Destroyer, you've got to make the little Star Destroyers that big, and then the whole thing fucking massive.
A really cool thing, and I know they did it in The Force Awakens. I wish they'd done it in Return of the Jedi, is when Luke and Han are on the guns. Yeah. It's so cool, because you always see, obviously, the Millennium Falcon, and you see, and in your brain as a kid, you think, the man in the cockpit will just, aim that gun. Yeah. Because obviously it's got multiple guns, but I'm assuming in Return of the Jedi, there must have been guys in the top and bottom shooting through the Battle of Endor, which would have been fucking cool to see.
Yeah, that would have actually been quite cool. Because they kind of two other random people. Yeah. It doesn't matter who
just
they
the gunners.
Yeah. I also thought it would be quite cool to see more about, if they just wanted to do a one shot, right, of something cool, I really want them to do this more with Disney, but just a one shot of the two gunners, the two TIE fighter pilots who become Darth Vader's second commands.
Yeah, look over there.
Yeah. Just oh my god, yeah. But then you find out right at the end which one was going to be the one that did that, and just put loads more I don't know.
But there might be something knocking around.
Obviously, Darth Vader has to choose those two, and obviously it's a big fucking deal. They're his guys.
I don't know, because when he's walking through the Death Star, it's you two over here, and I'm wondering if they're oh shit, it's my first day. I can't I can only turn right. So little of it is spent with the rebels. It's the last 20 minutes is, by the way, here are all the rebels. Luke, you're a fucking commander now. Get in that spaceship. We've never seen you fly in your life. Get in the fucking thing.
Yeah, but also, he's never been in a dogfight. He's killed Womp Rats. Yeah. Also, massive Womp Rats. Yeah. 2 meters, is fucking huge. So it's just why would you even...
I thought the little Womp Rats were the little puppy ones, but maybe their tails are really long. Maybe that's what it is. But it's weird. Obviously, you don't need to know that much about the rebels, but it's odd how little time. It's just I think it's how long has it been? 2 hours 10 minutes or something. It's literally
I think
it's about 2 hours, but the last 20 minutes is the Death Star fight. Yeah. But it's just weird that in your head you think, Luke. You think Luke's in on Mos Eisley, sorry. Yeah, Mos Eisley. You think he's there for I don't know. It must be 20 minutes. Then he meets and then he flies off.
Yeah. But
it's not at
quite
all.
A while, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 40 minutes, isn't it, if not more?
Well, basically, they get to the Death Star, and then leave the Death Star, and then come back.
Yeah. It makes do you know when everyone's saying about how stormtroopers can't shoot? It takes a lot away from the whole film when you sort of go, yeah, they weren't trying to kill them. You know, it makes the whole Death Star more...
That's a great little plan.
It's a great plan, and it's fantastic, and I really do love it. And when they were like... and I sort of thought that was a bit of an afterthought for George Lucas, and just sort of went, oh, that's why they did it. But actually, it was in there. Leia's talking about it. Everyone knows. It's a big part of the film that they knew it was
Leia's the smartest one. She knows, so they've obviously let us go.
Yeah.
Like, it's a massive Death Star. Just let us walk out.
None of them actually understood how big the thing was.
Yeah.
You know, how big the Empire was, or like, you know, obviously
Well, they're all on the outer rim, sort of pretty much. I think they know what it is, but they're not like had many dealings with it.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't know. It does take a bit away from it when you sort of go, well, that whole thing when they were running around and they were shooting people, that all the stormtroopers were actually just trying to miss.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, I don't know.
What made me laugh? I thought I'd written it down, but literally at the start of the movie where Princess Leia gets stunned, why do stormtroopers not use that stun?
Not everybody.
Yeah, and he's such a good shot straight away. We'll just stun out.
Such a good shot, but the thing is,
and it goes like
that. It goes like that out.
So use that on everybody.
No one. You
don't have to kill anybody. You just do that and then run round and someone with a blaster shoots them in the head on the ground.
Perfect. But then again, they didn't want to get caught. That's a big thing.
Yes.
They didn't want them to get caught, so they thought they'd just fuck it off.
I'm hoping for some sort of, not like another remaster, but someone just go tighten it up a bit.
I don't want to get rid of things, but I would like them to restore things back to the way they were, but not take out anything necessarily.
Wouldn't it? But
that thing, like that animal, that big alien just popping up and going.
No, I hate that one. I like the Dewbacks are fine. The Dewbacks don't look so bad.
But then there's the speeder walk driving by. Like, it just adds so much more to the thing. And if having never watched the things before watching these, I have watched the originals after. Because David had the originals and didn't have the new ones, and I was like, what's going on? Why does that Wampa look so awful and loads more scary?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I love it. I thought that was part of the thing that really broke me into the world. Yeah. Also, because before I watched any of these films, I watched the making ofs.
Yes,
for 10 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
Where Mark Hamill was there just chatting about them, and they were all chatting about it, and I was sort of like, okay, so they added this stuff in here, but I've not seen the original yet, so I don't care. But I just wanted to get through it.
I could kind of like make peace with if they kept all the new shit, but they just went over it again. So some of the CGI, like Jabba. If they go, if you're going to keep Jabba, okay, but at least make him look better, and especially the big monster that walks past the front. You know, it walks past the front of their car, and it's just like this.
Yeah, it looks really blurred, and you can't really see anything.
Yeah,
but Before we talk about scores, I've got a little challenge for you.
You're trying to redeem yourself after your...
No, it's not. It's not any questions. This is just a fun sort of thing that I'm thinking we'll do. Right? The year before last, we went to a terrible Star Wars convention.
Oh my god, we did. Yeah,
it was dreadful.
Yes.
But this year we have to go back.
Oh my god,
we have to video it, but we have to go wearing originally made cosplay of Star Wars characters or people in the Star Wars universe.
Can it be any Star Wars character?
Any Star Wars character. Sorry, just before we do this, Shotgun Dash Render. Sorry, just Shotgun in that one. Okay.
You haven't got the shoulders for him.
I have not got the. Have you not seen my shoulders?
His shoulders are like this.
I can get padding. I get padding. I'm going
because he's literally half his suit is it's like there's weird pads.
But that's the challenge. That's the challenge. You've got to basically think.
This
year. So you've got 6 months to make this outfit. You can buy things. You can put them together. But like, it can't just be one of those like.
Is it still on this year?
I don't know. I mean, I think it makes money, so probably.
Okay, I accept that if it's on, and if I'm in the country,
yeah.
Okay.
Scores on the doors. What is your score, Joseph?
So I can't remember my other scores on other ones. I'm not going to say them because you have to watch those videos.
Watch those videos, yeah.
I'm going to say about a 9.2.
9.2. Okay, that's your highest review yet.
That's kind of an amalgamation of all. So in my perfect version of it, so say, imagine some of the bits have been removed from it, whatever. So
it's a 10. Is it not 10?
It's like a 9.2.
Yeah. Is that taking into account this cultural relevance and provenance of it?
Obviously, there's that, and also just my life growing up. It's always been there, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but even rewatching, I'm like, shit, it actually all just works really well.
Okay, so for me, I'm going to give it a 9. Just straight out 9. And I think you're right for all the same reasons, but for me, it was the whole thing that made it so. Obviously, like, I can look back on it and go, wow, this is absolutely amazing, and so much, like all the stuff that they've set up from it is amazing, but I'm just going to have to give it a straight 9. I think one of the other ones will be higher, but let's not talk about it yet. Yeah, so 9, so that's 9.1 is our final score. Highest one yet.
Ever score.
Highest ever score. What will happen when we get to Empire? Watch and find out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.
Thanks so much for watching. Empire should hopefully be hitting soon. We're going to do them all before Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.